Welcome to Rhythm of Love, the podcast. I'm Clarence.
And I'm Yolanda. We celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary by writing a book together about what it took to get us here.
And in this podcast, we go deeper and break down what we learned along the way. We hope you enjoy and engage.
Comment, share, and subscribe. We'd love to hear what you have to say about what it takes to make relationships last.
Yes, we will. All right. Welcome to this week's episode of the Rhythm of Love, the podcast. I'm Clarence.
And I'm Yolanda. Sit back, relax, and make yourself comfortable while the chillest couple on the internet tells you like we see it.
Listen. This 2 weeks in a row back in Studio A.
Yes.
Studio B.
Studio
B.
Studio B is rocking.
Studio B is a much easier place to sit than Studio A.
It's hot in Studio A. We need a ceiling fan in there.
We do. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. I think is there a ceiling plate in that room?
I don't recall. I don't think I've ever looked up in the ceiling.
I don't think I've ever looked at the ceiling either.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So this week we're going to kick us off like we always do with, first, make sure you like, share, and subscribe this podcast. You see the thing below right here. We need your support in order to grow, and that's how we do it. So if you like, share, and subscribe, and share with a friend.
Yes.
We're trying to
create a community of like-minded people, couples who love to converse, because that's really just what we do.
That's what
we just talk.
I'm so unshaven this week. I feel
you are pretty unshaven.
Yeah,
bruh.
I feel like I've been lost in the wilderness. It's bad though. It's okay.
It's okay, man. Yes.
It's okay.
Let me look at you. Yeah, you looking good, huh? You looking good.
I look okay. So anyway, all right. So
my threebies for today are the 3 things you stop doing once you turn 50.
Ooh, that's a good one. 3 things. So first of all, this is a surprise to me. So I'm just hearing these. So
he gonna be reacting
just like you. So 3 things you stop doing when you turn 50. Is it when you turn 50 or is after you turn 50?
Just as you get into the 50s.
As you get into the 50s. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And maybe you started doing this beforehand, but definitely by 50.
You called me old just the other day. You said I was old as a child just the other day.
You were. You have been. And people going to see that as you tell the stories of your life. You've been old a long time. Well, it was a song that you were.
Eddie Pendergrass song. Can we try?
Can we try? He said he memorized that. He sat in the living room and played it over and over and memorized.
Because
You were how old?
Oh, I was maybe 8th or 9th grade.
Check out that song, y'all, and see if an 8th or 9th grade should have been like, "Can we try?"
we only had one cassette player in the house, and it was in the living room.
No, I mean I listened to my music in the living room at that age too. Because that's where I didn't have my own.
I didn't have my own
stereo or boombox.
Right, I had none of that.
I finally got my own Walkman, and then I would listen on my Walkman.
I just had a clock radio. That was the only thing I had. A clock radio.
You ain't gonna record nothing on that.
Not at all. All right.
Was it brown?
Of course it was brown.
Course it was
red
brown.
Numbers.
Yes, it was the red.
Brown with red numbers. Of course.
Like it's not the only clock they sold to black people in the 70s,
and 80s.
It
was crazy.
Okay, so in no particular order.
All right.
Things you stop doing once you turn 50. Sleeping through the night.
Oh, that's a good one.
Either you got to get up and pee.
Or
you just
wake up
randomly. I've started waking up. I was already waking up randomly.
Yeah.
You know, I just cause I'm 50 or 51 now. But now I'm starting to get hot flashes.
Oh yeah.
And I'm waking up like, I don't know if I'm waking up right before the hot flash starts.
Okay.
But it's like I wake up and then I feel the warmth. And I'm like, what is going on? Last night, I had the brilliant idea of plugging in a portable fan next to the bed.
On your side.
Because just kick right on my side on the floor, because I had been turning up the fan on you, and you were like, I can't take that.
I can't take that.
So I just had my own fan, because just kicking off the covers is not working anymore. I got to kick off the covers and feel a rush of cool air to my skin.
All right.
So that's thing number one. You stop sleeping through the night.
So I agree.
Sleeping through the night too.
Yeah, I mean,
different reasons.
I mean, my mind won't shut off at night. So a lot of times. So
I've been trying to tell him that.
So what's your remedy? What's your remedy?
So there was some tips. There was one. What's the one I told you to do, where you just calm your vagus nerve, calm your nervous system down by patting both sides of your chest. There was one where I said you pick a word like rice, and then you have to think of words that start with R, then start with I, then start with C, then start with E, like as many words as you can. And hopefully long before you get to E, you have fallen back asleep.
So this is much more sophisticated than counting sheep.
Counting sheep don't work. Where the sheep?
Much more sophisticated than counting sheep.
And then my final tip is, so I should say 3 tips that you can use to try to get back to sleep, is box breathing, or square breathing, as I've heard someone call it, where you think about, a box has 4 sides. Shout out to Meditation Moments with Monica for this tip. And you inhale. So for each side of the square, you got 4 dots.
Imagine it.
Imagine, yes. And you're going to inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and hold again for 4 counts. So your mind can't think about anything else but counting. And am I supposed to hold? Which thing am I on? And next thing you know, you've gotten rid of those thoughts. You calmed your nervous system down, and you go to sleep.
Those are all very good ideas. I mean, and the number 4 is drugs. I mean, just melatonin.
Yes,
is what
melatonin. And something a little stronger than melatonin, which is legal in the state of Maryland.
Really legal in the state of Maryland.
That's what I've been using.
Okay. All right. So yes,
you got
I struggle with this too.
3 3Bs for free.
And I started struggling with this long before you started.
Yes, you did. You did, because you turned 50 before me.
I didn't think it had anything to do with how old I was.
No, but I feel like it's around about that time.
It does feel like it has some correlations.
Yes. All right. The second thing you stop doing once you turn 50 is hopefully caring what people think. Now, you didn't have this issue because you never care. Well, I mean, care as in you put energy towards that. You do? You feel like you put energy towards that? Okay. Well, I put way too much energy before that, towards that, for a good deal of my life.
Okay.
And you know
You're
what?
putting a lot less now.
I'm putting away a lot less because
that's when you try.
People can kick rocks.
I mean, that's that.
I love y'all so much.
That's that transition to old people behavior.
Yes. Well, you became a grumpy old man. I've seen your grumpiness come out a couple times.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, ooh, your nerves are raw. All right. And the last thing you stop doing once you turn 50 is, let me go get up and do this real quick.
You don't do that no more?
You can't pop up from the chair. No. Oh my God, I forgot to do.
Oh no.
Oh no. You gotta get every muscle and joint ready. You gotta make a little sound.
That's pretty true. Nobody's popping up these days.
Not popping up real quick.
First you gotta think about it and stuff, and you gotta take a deep breath.
Do I really want to do this?
How bad is this?
Right. How bad is it that I respond?
I guess I gotta go. And you know when I I didn't know you had any of these things. So, when I found that to be true? When the doorbell rings and I'm in the bedroom.
Yes.
I'm in no hurry. I'm in no hurry to get to that door.
I hope they
better take their time. I'm so glad we got that ring. I'm like, how can I help you? I mean, hit that button. How can I help you? And if it's nobody I don't have to walk downstairs for, I'm not walking down there.
Not even.
That's crazy.
The other thing is getting out the car. Because you just really not going.
My mom said she realized she always wondered what them little handles were above the door when she was growing up. And now she knows exactly what they're for.
To hoist you up out of that seat.
Hold on to in that seat. That's you trying to just drag them legs into the car.
Mm-hmm. Making all kinds of noise. Moni likes to mimic our noises. She act like it's like she's over 50. Moni. You are not exerting that kind of energy.
These are good. These are good.
Okay.
It has helped that I'm riding the Peloton and that you're working out.
Yes.
It has helped.
It has helped a lot.
So
we gotta keep our joints greased and oiled.
Yes.
And lubricated.
But the recovery time is longer.
Yeah.
So even though you
especially in the beginning. Yeah. Especially in the beginning.
I remember my thighs was really hurting for days, weeks. Yeah. They don't hurt no more.
Yeah. It depends on if I do something, some new movement, some new, lift a heavier weight, right? Then it starts all over again. But as I've been saying, if it hurts, there's a hurt bad and there's a good hurt.
Right.
If it's a good hurt, that just means you are building muscle because you have to break the cells of the muscles down in order to build them back up. So
it makes sense. It makes sense. So
we good. We over 50 and we're working with it. We're handling it.
We're handling it. So
look at me in my seat.
So let's recap them so we can do them one more time.
Yeah.
So it's in no particular order.
In no particular order. You stop sleeping through the night.
Stop sleeping through the night. We gave you some remedies, potential
remedies.
All right.
You stop caring what people think.
For sure.
Right. You lessen how much you care.
I think as we're getting older, it'll be worse.
You care less and less and less. Yes. And then you stop. There's no more. Let me get up real quick.
No, there's no level. Okay. All right. That's those are good. Those are perfect. Those are really good things. Really, really good things. Right. Really, really, really good things.
Tell us in the comments what you have stopped doing at 50. Or listen, what you have started doing at 50. Yes. If you started cussing people out, then that's what you did. That might be how you got to deal with not caring what people think.
That is interesting. What did you start? If you're over 50, is it something you started doing? And if you're not over 50, what's something that changed at 40 for you?
Yeah.
So let's go to 40 for the younger viewers. It's crazy to say that. For the little bit younger viewers, and I don't know if we got 30-year-old viewers, but we got 30-year-old viewers. What did you start? What did you realize to change and stop
at 30?
All right. Yeah. So tell us, give us your age. Give us your age range.
Yes. You don't have to give us your exact age, but what's your age range? And when you got into started this last decade of your life, what did you stop doing, or what things changed for you?
So that's actually a good segue into the topic that we're going to talk about, because we got to tell you how we got here. So there's a video going around. If I can find the clip, I'll put the clip. I'll put a link in the chat or in the description. Of this woman breastfeeding her child in the middle of this restaurant.
Yes, and she already has a very low cut top. Very healthy, buxom, boobage, and she just whipped the.
You don't see
it out.
We don't see how we got there, but all we see is the child
out,
and the child.
And the child is
first of all,
it's a child.
It's a child. It's not a baby.
It's like one less than.
They ordered that child food.
How she was ordering that food for the child. She might have had a son
that we didn't see
in the video. Yes,
That boy was like 9.
She said he was not 9.
He was like 8 or 9 years old.
Still breastfeeding age. Up to 2 is
all right. He was
recommended.
He was a large child. We don't know how old he was.
Some people would say he was large. He had little hands.
Sorry. That was just compared to her boobs. So that was just compared to her boobs. And that wasn't a good comparison because you had nothing else you need a third thing to really understand.
The comparison was.
So we see this video and we start reading the comments, and Yolanda and I had very different responses to this. You know, I'll let her tell you what her response was to it.
I mean, my response is the baby gotta eat. Breastfeeding is natural. Everybody knows we do it. Everybody has seen a breast before. So what's the big deal?
All right. So, and I thought her response was logical and fair and all those things. And I didn't have a problem with her feeding the child, but I thought she should have covered up.
He would have liked a little,
and so I said that. Well, I don't have no problem, but she could throw a blanket or a scarf or something over her shoulder.
Baby get hot. Baby don't want to have a cover over their head while they're eating. You don't want to cover over your head while you eat.
So I accepted all of that. And I said, okay, so if she's going to do it this way,
she can't be mad when
she can't be mad when I'm staring. She can't be mad when I'm staring.
And I said, sir, I have some self-control. He said,
I'm not touching. I'm not going over there.
And he also said, I am in control. I want to look.
Exactly.
Dude.
So, I mean, I just don't understand. So then we get it. So now the conversation switches.
Yes.
Because,
one thing is, you said, a boob is always nice to see.
A boob is always nice to see. Wherever it is, there's never a time that I do not want to see.
Look away, sir.
A naked boob.
I'm gonna need
there's never a time.
My eyes are up here.
Listen, there's never a time. I mean, and you're looking at that kid eat the whole time, waiting for him to stop eating so that you can get full picture of the breast. I mean,
pray for my husband.
It's the saints are looking too. So don't try to act like the saints not looking. Listen, don't try to act like the saints are not looking.
Forgive us, Lord.
The Lord is looking too. Don't try to act like the Lord is not there. The Lord is looking.
He already know what it looked like.
I already know what it looked like.
Exactly.
But it's brand new every time. It's brand new
first time,
every time. So I mean, goodness. Some people are leg men, and some people are like thighs, and all these things. But a pair of boobs, a pair of breasts
does it for you every time.
Does it for me every time.
The tatas, the titties, whatever you want to call them.
I'm down. I'm down, and I'm not asking. I'm not asking to touch them. I'm not asking to do anything with.
Just a little visual.
And you can't be mad.
Thank you, man.
Now, if you want to go to the bathroom and have your privacy, I'm not gonna follow you or nothing like that. That's on you. You can do that. But you cannot have both. You cannot say, I'm going to sit here and feed this baby with my boob out and you can't look.
Away.
I'm not looking away. You here. I'm here. We here. I'm not looking away.
You wouldn't stare at anybody for anything other than this, because I
ain't interested in nothing else. What else am I interested in? If I saw a person who had a lazy eye.
Right.
Once you see it, you're like, wow, I got a lazy eye. And the thrill is kind of gone.
Thrill?
You don't think nothing else of it. You and your friends still might joke, especially if he come over and start talking to you and his eyes doing some crazy stuff. So you might laugh then. But I can tell you right now.
Forgive us.
A boob 10 yards away, I'm looking.
I know. I couldn't believe when Janet Jackson had when Justin Timberlake pulled her breast out, that people actually saw anything. I didn't see anything.
Sean, let me tell
y'all hone in on that joint. Like,
let me tell you how pivotal that moment is in history.
Oh, right. Yes, it became a pivotal moment in history. Tell them why. Tell them how.
Because there was a group of guys in California who were trying to find videos of this event, nip slip from Janet Jackson, and they couldn't. And what they did was they started a service where people could upload videos so that they could potentially get somebody out there who may have seen this. That service is called YouTube.
Many of you may be
was
watching us
started
right now
by men looking for a picture of naked boobs. Even just an eighth of a second. That's all it was.
I'm here to the point where I'm standing by my man.
They stopped it and froze it so that you could see all 30 frames of it, 60 frames of it, where you could see that she had a little decorative thing around it. I mean, all around her nipple, all kind of stuff going on that we know about Janet Jackson's boob. And I can tell you right now, we feel good about it. If you were there, we feel good about it. And so I think this is certainly a man thing versus a woman thing because, women don't have no attraction to boobs. I get that. Not all women.
Some women, right?
Not all women. But most women don't. So I get that. And I don't understand how you guys can't understand that the men who like women like these things.
Okay. I mean, I just think that just because you like it, like, you like ice cream, but you can't eat ice cream every night. At some point, you got to just say, that's her boob and her baby.
I mean, so first of all, I still got to eat. So I'm not going to just not eat and not do the stuff that I'm doing.
At the restaurant? Oh, sure. Yes.
She only going to be in this position for 5 or 10 minutes while she feed this baby. So I'm not going to stop what I'm doing and just gawk and to where I can't look away.
Okay.
But I'm going to keep looking back.
You're going to keep an eye on the situation.
I'm going to keep an eye on the situation because, like I said, at some point, that little boy's mouth is going to come off of that boob. You're going to get the whole thing. A la Janet Jackson's nipple slip.
Which led to the creation of YouTube, just so men could see something that was so blurry and tiny. I'm gonna stand beside him. That's all I can say.
So, I mean, if you guys get a chance to check out our book, there's a copy of it over there behind her head. There's a whole chapter in it on this thing called naked cleaning. That I can't remember what we called it. So fresh, so clean. That's what we call the chapter. So fresh and so clean. Because one of the things that I learned, and we may have discussed this before, but we'll discuss it again now, in my 25 years of marriage, is that women will clean the bathroom naked. So Yolanda sometimes goes to the bathroom and gets undressed.
I'm getting undressed to get in the shower, and I notice something.
And then she'll start to clean it.
Cleaning. And that might lead to cleaning something else.
It might clean to something else. And next thing you know, the shower been running for 15 minutes. And she has all kinds of disinfectants and Pine Sol and rubber gloves and all kind of stuff on because all the things she's been cleaning the whole time. And my question is, why don't you have any clothes on? But what I have learned beyond that is how naked you like to be in the room. So now I don't have...
Who needs clothes?
Right. I don't have any experience at this level beyond my marriage.
Right. Okay.
So...
living with a woman.
Of living with a woman and seeing
her behaviors and habits.
So, but I can only imagine that it's true.
I mean, when we talked about this on the stream, there was a lot of women who were like, me too, me too.
Right. So
we are constricted and constrained by our clothing. And we don't want that all the time.
So
we want to let it go as quickly as possible when we get into our private areas.
And I have been looking at you just about every day for over 30 years.
Yes.
and I still look every time. I say all of that to say, when you don't have a top on, I'm looking.
Well, you are welcome to gawk here.
I'm looking.
You are welcome to gawk.
You know,
get your feelings.
Men don't do that. I've been in locker rooms. I've been all kind of places, and men don't do that. Because I even talk to you about when you go out with your girlfriends and y'all just parading around the room as y'all getting dressed with no clothes on. And I'm thinking to myself, it would just never happen. I have been on trips with my friends, 4 of us in a room, 3 of us in a room, 2 of us in a room. And at no time during that entire time did I ever see any of those dudes naked. Not 1 second.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I really can't call it or name it, but it is. We just, and there are some women who are more modest than others, certainly. Or if you have certain parts of your body that you feel a type of way about, you might always keep that covered. But yeah. Titties are titties are titties are titties. We've seen two. You've seen them all.
I mean, I've heard Classy T say, "Oh, your boobs are huge." What?
We just, I wish I had a pithy little statement.
It's nothing pithy
to say, but it just is what it is.
So I don't have.
We're comfortable.
I don't have no questions. My question is why. So I don't have any questions about my behavior. My question is, why do you think my behavior is odd?
Well, I think it's odd when it's a stranger in the restaurant breastfeeding, and you're like, "Ooh, I get to see a nipple." Just a nipple that belongs to somebody you probably never see again in your life, but you can log that nipple away.
You log that thing.
And I don't know. I mean, I've heard people say that men are, more visual humans. They can get a lot of information and a lot of pleasure from what they see. From what y'all see.
I don't mind, like I said, I don't mind the woman. I understand the nature of it all. It's a natural thing to do.
Right.
But it's not, I can think of a list of things that are natural to do that you don't do in front of everybody.
True. You don't pee, et cetera, et cetera.
I when I was working at my first job many years ago, one of the women there had a young son. He probably, 5 or 6 years old. And she was telling me the story of how they went somewhere, hiking or something. And his dad took him behind a tree because he had to go to the bathroom and said, I'm going to take you behind this tree so that you can go to the bathroom. So he does it. Everything is all good. No problems. They continue on their way. Several weeks later, they are out at like a baseball game, or some type of sporting event for this older sister, and the boy has to go to the bathroom. That joker just go right over to the tree, and everybody can see him from where they are.
He got the wrong message. He thought it was the tree. That was the important part. He didn't know it was the privacy.
Right. So his point was, oh, this is good. I can go here and I can do this.
Go next to a tree.
And the dad runs over and is like, we don't do this everywhere. That's my point. That's natural.
But you don't do it in sight of everyone.
There's some discretion to what is happening here.
But feeding your baby is, I don't know, it's not a private thing. It's, we all eat in front of each other all the time. So why can't this baby eat in front of everybody?
Because your boob is out. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, I'm not sure. So okay, I can answer your question.
All right. So let's talk about another story.
All right.
Where we were in France.
Okay.
And we were on the beach.
Spain.
Spain. Oh yes, this was
Mallorca.
Mallorca.
Yep.
Yes, Palma de Mallorca. We're on the beach, and suddenly, we spot a family of 3. There's a mom and a little boy, and the dad, and they're in the ocean, and they're splashing and playing with something.
That'd be a frolic.
That would be frolicking, getting their joy going. And you realize, wait a minute, something missing here that I typically see.
That woman don't have no top on.
While she's just playing with her kid. So one, this kid is learning that boobs are a natural thing.
Sure.
And I've seen plenty.
Sure.
Likely. But the other thing that stuck to me is at the time, it's like, oh, okay, I didn't know that they go topless here. Oh, it must be normal. It's fine, whatever. But later we see her in the hotel, fully dressed.
We do.
And she's walking by us. And you're like, oh yeah, that was the lady we saw earlier. And I asked you, did you imagine her boobs while she was walking by? Did you even think about her boobs while she was walking by? Right. Because it's just a natural.
So you're equating 2 separate things.
Okay.
Because no, I did not think about her boobs when I saw her in the hallway. That's fair. But I did look at her boobs when she was in that water. So did I look?
Yes.
Yes. Did I
stare, gawk? No.
I saw, first of all,
you keep looking back.
They moved on down the beach, if I recall correctly, but I looked a couple times, maybe a few times. She was pregnant too, I think, at the time.
Oh yeah,
and
or it might have been more than one lady.
Might have been more than one lady.
A pregnant lady and a not pregnant lady.
And they wasn't great breasts. They wasn't great.
I have no memory of what they look like. None.
I still have a memory of. So
all the breasts you've ever seen.
Not all, but a lot.
The best one.
Not all, but certainly
the best and the worst.
Certainly a lot. Most of, not all, but certainly most of.
I'm learning so much about you right now.
But it didn't carry on to something else. It just was what was happening at that moment.
Get a little eye candy.
Got a little eye, right. And then
move on. I mean, yes, I do. What I find attractive, I will take multiple looks at. So I guess we can equate that to the same thing. If there's an attractive man, I'm going to take a couple of looks at his and admire his attractiveness.
There is a YouTube series, not YouTube. There is an internet series that these people, content creators, are putting out, and I know you may or may not have seen it, where it's a guy with 2 small shorts on, and
yes,
or he has sweatpants on, or something like that.
He has on,
and he
looks like he has a cucumber stuffed in his pants,
and he walks up very
cucumber.
Casually, and he's usually covered. He's usually got a book bag or something that is
when
covering.
He walks up.
He asks a lady a question like, hey, I'm looking for the post office. Can you tell me where it is? And when the person starts to interact and give him the direction, he moves the book bag in a very realistic way. But because it's a setup, that he is really trying to let her see that his cucumber
in his pants,
whatever it is in his pants. And the women immediately have difficulty. Now, I'm sure it's not all, but the women in the videos immediately have difficulty talking to him.
Right.
They are constantly looking at his face and then looking down at his privates and looking at his face and looking down to his privates. And they just, the more openly and forward women will ask him, can they go with him?
Yeah.
Hey, let's walk and let's talk and let me get, what's your name?
Let's
Let's get to know each other a little bit better. Things like that. So I don't know how much of it is staged and how much of it is real, because you don't know that. But my point is, when you like this, what you like, you look at it. And there's nothing wrong with looking at it. And he's not, but he's doing it on purpose. So, but
right, yeah.
But he is dramatizing a potential real situation that can happen.
Oh yeah.
You tease me about some shorts that I used to wear in college on the side all the
Red
time.
Shorts that just were obscene.
And I didn't know they were obscene. No one ever said to me, don't wear these shorts. You are exposing yourself.
We joked you so much about the shorts. What did you think we were talking about?
I just didn't
You
think.
just
I was young and dense.
The shorts
They were perfect
comfortable.
shorts for comfort to walk around the house in.
He should at least put a long T-shirt or something over them joints. It was 5 of us living in that apartment.
Yeah.
Everybody got a good gander at your family jewels.
I didn't know.
I just like, how could you not know? When you look down,
my angle is different. My angle is different. My angle is different.
No shorts from in the whatever angle you look at.
So my point is, I never looked at any of you guys to see where you were looking.
Oh,
I just talked to you like I'm talking to you.
Sure.
It never dawned on me to even pay attention to see if this was something that was happening. So
because when we're actually talking to you, we're looking in your face. But when you first approach us, it's like, oh Lord, there he goes again.
You ain't say nothing.
And those revealing shorts. Oh, I said a lot. I'm just like, please don't look, y'all.
Oh, you saying it to them. You're not saying it to me. All you gotta do is say,
you have a good enough memory to. I know I told you that you should not wear those shorts.
And I think if you told me,
once I told you,
I didn't wear them anymore.
Oh. So maybe from the beginning, I thought, okay, you just want to show off.
It wasn't an attempt to show off at all.
You might as well have just had on underwear.
Right.
They were not shorts.
They were, and I would have on underwear under the shorts.
Nobody knew. Nobody knew.
I didn't wear they weren't my
it was
boxers.
Like National Geographic.
It was not like National Geographic. That's hilarious. It was
just with the red cover.
It was not like National Geographic. So that's
you didn't even notice. We know.
I know. I mean, once you told me, I understood.
Yes.
And just moved, and we changed to some different kind of shorts. I wish I could find them shorts just so I could show you.
Right, exactly.
I could never fit them now.
They were like some cut off sweatpants or something.
No, they were just a pair of a pair. They were kind of not quite regular like gym shorts. They were kind of like sleeping shorts that you might buy if you go to the pajama section of a store right now.
Okay.
But it was still a little bit not quite like those type of things.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
They were shorts you wear under
something else.
Yes. Right. So
that's the part you forgot.
No. I did. The something else was the part I forgot.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
To wear them under something else. Yeah.
I wore them right. So right.
It was National Geographic.
So we like what we like. We look at what we look at.
Okay. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna let the comments fight you.
All right. So in the comments, you guys let us know. I'm
gonna stand beside you.
You ain't really.
I know.
In the comments, you guys let us know if it's okay to stare at the woman who is not stare. Take multiple looks.
Take a few looks
at the woman breastfeeding in the store. Or if you don't think she should be breastfeeding in the store, she should be in the bathroom or some other place.
Or she should just put the cover. What if she didn't put the cover all the way over the baby's head and she just kind of put, because, she had a really low cut top. So you were basically seeing the whole boob.
Right.
the entire, the hot entire time. So what if she just covered up, so that, maybe it's just a little bit over the baby's nose or something.
Yes, it would have been different.
That would have been better.
Different. So let's like you said about this particular woman. For one, she was accentuating her boobs anyway.
Yes, her
so she was made to say, right. I have these right. I have these boobs. Please look at them, and that's fine. If that's your thing.
People will say that's not what they are saying. I have these boobs. Please look at them. They're just like, I like how this outfit looks at me. I feel confident.
Sure.
Okay.
And to me, that's exactly what that means. I feel confident is the equivalent of I'm showing my best assets.
Okay.
What I think is my best assets.
Okay.
So y'all let us know in the comments.
Yes, we want to hear from y'all.
Yeah, we want to hear from y'all about this because I'm definitely going to find this video. I haven't seen it in a while. I might blur it. I might put some blur on it so that
she didn't blur it.
You know what?
And it's on the internet. So right. I don't know who videoed her and put it on the internet.
Somebody like me.
Did she agree? Because it was zoomed all the way in.
Listen.
We need to record this
because anything could happen at this point. So, I mean, it's always hilarious to me that women can't see this. I'll give you a couple of examples, like two girls fighting, really fighting. Men will stick around because they know at some point in time a boob's coming out. A boob is coming out.
Just stop the fight. Don't let these ladies.
Listen, I'm not stopping that fight. A boob is coming out. Now, as something you do at 50, something you don't do anymore at 50 is let them fight. You might break it.
All right.
At this point,
thank you.
At this age, I might break it up. Hey, yeah. Y'all cut that out. I'm not getting my body involved.
Put your body,
but I will say the words. No, ladies. Y'all don't need to do that. Y'all don't need to do that. But I'm not going over there because that's how you get stabbed. I'm not going over there. But I will protest.
Okay.
And if I can get me 2 or 3 guys, we'll go over there and we'll break this up.
Okay.
But I'm not going over there by myself.
Right. Okay. Just better safe than sorry. Yes.
Absolutely. You got to have
self-preservation.
So it's a must.
Yes.
You can't be jumping in because people are trying to fight. And then I had
you did have another
point,
example.
but I can't. I lost it. I lost it. Oh well. If I think of it, I'll jump it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but in the meantime, yes, put your points in the comments. We love to hear what your take is on this. Women are not as visual creatures as men are.
It doesn't appear so.
And we figure once you've seen some boobs, you just see some boobs and they're just part of a body. Just like somebody has nice eyes.
I mean, you said to me, you see boobs on television shows and all those things all the time.
Yes.
And it's one thing to see them on there. It's an entirely different thing to see them in person.
3D.
Live boobs. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Halle Berry showed her boobs in the movie Swordfish. Mm-hmm. They had to pay her an extra $1 million for her to show her boobs. Demi Moore, they paid her an extra $1 million to show her boobs in the movie Striptease. She showed them one time. Lisa Ray showed her boobs in what was the Ice Cube joint? Players Club. They didn't pay her extra $1 million though.
They probably didn't have any $1 million on the Players Club set.
Players Club, they didn't show her. They did.
Maybe she got a clause that said, depending on how much money we pay, we'll hit you back up with a couple more thousand. But I mean, so those women have figured out the value of their boobs and that, it's going to cost me more to let people take a gander at these
absolutely
gorgeous babies that I got.
They were all pretty good too.
They understand.
They were all pretty good.
Do understand.
Probably a little doctor,
Maybe
but probably all pretty good.
They may understand better than me. I gotta get my worth and value up. I'm gonna start charging you.
First of all, I'm paying
You already?
every day. I'm paying every day. So I'm paying every day.
Well, you're getting your money's worth.
I'm getting my money.
Too.
I'm getting my. I mean,
because
I'm like, we could rehash this over and over again. I'm in my room today working, because I work from home, so I'm sitting in a chair, and she is just parading.
Just came back in from my walk.
She did her walk. She comes in. She takes all of her clothes.
Peel the clothes off because it was hot outside today. I had to get
totally
those
naked
clothes off of me.
And proceeded to just walk around the room for 25 minutes.
I was cooling down before my shower. I was getting my clothes together that I was going to wear. I don't even know all the things I did.
No, you don't.
But yes, you can.
But every time you walk by me, I had to stop what I was doing to take a look. Every time. And there's never a time where I only looked at your face as you walk by.
Well, I'm glad I still do it for you, babe.
Absolutely.
Even at 50.
Absolutely.
One.
So, all right, y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think. We could. I could talk about this all day. I have to talk about this all day.
I'm already at a loss for words. 5 minutes in, I'm like, babe, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm on this all day.
Boobs are boobs. You said no, they are not.
They brand new every time. Every time. It's like the first time. So, all right. So, like I said, if you guys got any comments on this, we'd love to hear it. Make sure you put it in the comment section below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you want to see more of us, we're going to be here anyway. So whether you like, share, subscribe or not, we're going to be here. But we want you to share.
We want you to share, and we want to create a community of people who are just yuck it up with us about these things. Also, come to the stream on Sunday night where we do even more of this, but also with a musical soundtrack in the background, played by DJ C Sharp over there.
Heartbeats in the Basement, twitch.tv/DJ C Sharp. So come on out. We appreciate it.
We'd love to have you.
And that's it for us.
That's it for today. Be easy.
Be kind.
And be good to yourself.
Good night, guys.
Good day.
We hope you've enjoyed another exciting episode of Rhythm of Love, the podcast, hosted by Clarence and Yolanda Lewis.
Theme song by Kendra R.
Book graphics by Rihanna Denise.
More information is available at cylentertainment.com.
Please join us on Sunday nights for our live stream on twitch.tv/DJ C Sharp.